Good afternoon. It's Wednesday again, which of course means that it's Williams Wednesday for some of us. So today is going to be another Williams Wednesday shave. One of my really good buddies, matter of fact, he's one of the moderators over at the original Safety 2, that's with the letter 2.com, found another open comb Damaskeene, similar to this one, only his looks better, and was able to get another one. So in celebration of bringing in another open comb Damaskeene from out of the cold, so to speak, they're kind of hard to find, we decided today we would shave with the open comb Damaskenes, and of course anybody can join in with whatever you have. These things are just great. I've already done a video with one praising it and shaving with it and everything, but this one's got some, I call it poster wear, where it's been in the case and everything, but overall it's in really good shape. The open comb there, I've got a treat blade, a couple of days old, three shaves on it or so. I've heard of people putting shims under them. Don't shim your blades. Just don't. Okay, to be a little bit different, the Williams today has been made into a shave stick some time ago. I've already done a video with a Williams shave stick, and shave stick week, I think. But anyway, took it, graded down, took some plastic wrap, lined a medicine bottle, dampen everything up, you pack it in, you keep adding the grade in, you pack it in, you let it sit, it forms into a shave stick. I keep mine in an old Williams shave stick 10. Again, this is something I've shown off before, but not everybody sees every video, so bear with me. But it just, I just like keeping it in its own little, and it actually says Williams on it, on the bottom and on the top and everything, so woohoo on that. The brush we're going to use today is Horse. I think it works a lot like Boar, and it's it works really good with Williams. This particular one is from them, Vie-Long. I don't know. I don't try to pronounce things. But anyway, so we got the brush doing a little soak thing in the sink. Does soaking a brush in hot water in the sink actually soften and everything? I don't know. I don't care. I like doing it. It's a nice warm brush, and it's great. The only thing I don't soak is synthetic, because soaking plastic is just silly. Anyway. So, once again, we're not exactly ready to go here like we sometimes are, but I just got out of bed. I worked tonight, so. Here we go. Alright. A little damp face, then you get a little water on the end of the shave stick here. We'll be sure we get plenty on. I don't think you have to go way overboard. We'll just give them some. Alright, I should just that. Do it. If you haven't used a shave stick before, you might think about giving it a try. They're really inexpensive. Really inexpensive, some of them. Arco's, what, $1 a stick a lot of times? And it's from Turkey, and it's really, really, really great stuff. I need to do more Arco shaves. Alright, some of the water out of a brush here, because you don't want to start with a really damp brush. And you can see already we're starting to get some. There we go. But whichever forum I've ever been on, I've always tried to get some Williams love going, because most people don't. And a lot of people, I went through this rant in the last video, so I'm going to cut it short this time and just leave it at, there's nothing wrong with a Williams shave. It's nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. It's a product that's been made here in the U.S. since, what, the 1840s. I think it was the first soak that was made in the puck form. And even though it has been changed over the years, and it's not the exact same formula, it is still Williams. Even though it's not being made by the same company, it's still an American-made product. So I feel a little bit of a connection with the past with it, even if it's not the exact same. People who drive a Ford truck today because Daddy drove a Ford truck have to remember they're not anything alike anymore. The old Ford trucks, the formula has changed, the company has changed, but it's still an old Ford and a new Ford. Well, it's still old Williams and new Williams. And as you can see, while I've been prattling on, it has lathered just fine. Look at that. So a shave stick with a horsehair brush. All right, the star of the show, open comb Damaskeene. If you're a single edge guy, and probably even if you're not really a single edge guy, this is something you should have in your den. They're just, I don't know how to explain it. The open comb Damaskeene is just an awesome razor. And they're getting hard to find. They're much harder to find, I think, than a good lather catcher. I've seen some people picking up some nice lather catchers these days, and they're easier to find than an open comb Damaskeene. And you'll notice they're just as smooth. There's nothing that's more smooth. Now there's debate among the Damaskeene guys and the 1912 guys to whether the fact that it has the curved head up here makes it shave better or not. I usually pick a side and just argue it, but I don't know really that it makes any difference. It just, some of the 1912s and things like that, the head they have on it make it easier to find the angle if you kind of need a guide, because it's kind of a natural angle. Actually, I think in England there's I don't remember which model it is. I think they actually called it the natural angle. Someone will come along and fix that and correct it for me. But they're just tremendous razors. It's just such a pleasure to shave with any of them. The open comb, the closed comb, it doesn't really matter. But the closed combs, knowing it was the earlier model, you can see I was talking and lost my angle there on my chin. Yeah. There you go, we fixed it. I want to read a post in a forum where a feller, I don't remember who it was because it didn't matter, was going on and on and on about, oh, he loved open combs because of all the pretty little tracks they made in the lather. Which of course let the whole world know that A, he either didn't shave with an open comb, or B, he didn't have a blade in it. But anyway it went. You don't want little tracks going through your lather. It doesn't work well. As usual, sorry for the noise, but I still haven't fixed the sink. If you're a plumber and want to talk to my landlord about it, knock it out. But me, I just add a little water every once in a while. So here we go. Wipe down. Now, I usually do a wet rag wipe down between lather passes. And I had somebody ask me about that. I don't think you really need to. I think you can leave the old lather that's left up there and it'll just add in with the new lather and everything will be fine to go. It's just something I do because it's just a habit I have. And every once in a while I catch myself, I don't do it. I just jump right in on the second pass and away we go. So I do think you should clean off and dry off before the witch hazel pass if you're using witch hazel like I do. Now let me also point out in my blathering, whatever you want to call it, that this is modern Williams. This is a puck that was new, 2 or 3 years ago. It's not the vintage stuff. Well, it's been older than that because I've probably had this about 5 years now. And but it's not the old stuff that had tallow as the first ingredient, which is what everybody considers the really good Williams. And it is. The older Williams with the tallow first lathers a lot like some of the better soaps of the day. But for whatever reason, they changed the formula and we don't have that. But you can still pick that up. And I tell people all the time, it's worth the extra money to pick up a cake of vintage Williams to play with. I've got vintage and I've got newer stuff going at the same time, and I'll rotate them, and I've managed to acquire a little bit of newer stuff. I mean, a little bit of older stuff. I got a lot of newer stuff. I probably got 15 pucks of Williams around this place. 15 cakes of Williams, I prefer to call them cakes. And I saw the other day where they used to call them tablets. So I may get in the habit, but probably not. So if you get a chance to pick some up, I would definitely. This razor is so nice, clean up down through here. I would definitely pick up some vintage Williams to play with. Also, Colgate mug or cup soap, or the Barber, which is I think the Barber is the odor of it. It's readily found on eBay and places like that, and it's worth having. Some Colgate. And I'll warn you ahead of time, a lot of the old Colgate soap is ugly as I don't know what. So don't look at it and say, oh, that's not going to shave, and throw it away. I gave a cake of Colgate to a feller, and he put it up for a while, and when he finally got it out, he said he looked at it, and it just looked so bad, he just threw it away. And I told him he missed a whole bunch of really good shaves. Even though it looks all dry. Same thing with the vintage Williams. Even though it looks dry and everything, you put a little water to it with a brush. Don't bloom it. Blooming soaps. Ugh. Bloom your algae. Bloom your flowers. There's no need to bloom your soap. That being said, what's right is what works for you. So if it works for you to bloom the soap, have at it and tell old Fuzzy to go shove. Alright, everything's cleaned up. Boy, that's a nice shade. And got a little witch hazel going on here. So back to the original subject at hand, or the two original subjects at hand, which is Williams and the open comb Damaskeene. Because today is Wednesday, which makes it Williams Wednesday. Say it with me, Williams Wednesday. Yes, get that ingrained. And since Tom hooked himself an OC. Now, not only did he do that, but let me tell you how fine a feller he is. That makes his second one. So Tom loaned his first one, or he loaned one of them, I don't know which one, I think he chose it at random, to another fine feller in the forum. So now, that particular feller is going to have an open comb Damaskeene. So we're all a bunch of enablers around there. So now Tom, being the good old guy he is, he shared the love, and there's going to have to be another one found in the wild and rescued. So there we go. We're going to finish off today. A lot of times when I do a Williams shave, it's Williams and a boar brush and a 1912 and Aqua Velva Ice Blue. That's what I call my signature shave. But today, we did something a little different. We did the Williams with an open comb Damaskeene, the horse brush, and it's going to have what's known as a heroic finish with the lilac vegetal. If you are chosen by the veg, you are a lucky person. If you are not chosen by the veg, I don't know what to tell you. Because I've heard a whole lot of descriptions of what the veg smells like from people who weren't chosen, and none of it's nice. But anyway, I am chosen by the veg. I am a Williams guy. I am a horse brush guy, and I do like my Williams mug. Open comb Damaskeene. wonderful. If you can hunt one up in the wild, they're great. If you can find it in a set, this is actually the one that has the nicest box of any of them I have. I'm very proud of this set. It's one of my prized possessions. If you can find one, I highly recommend that you get one. So today's video is going longer than most any other, with me prattling on and things of that nature. Some days it's that way. Well, y'all have a good day. It's about 40 degrees outside and raining in South Louisiana. Going to get down in the mid-30s tonight for Fuzzy shift at work. Woo. And so y'all good. Happy shakes.